G'day everyone, welcome to Matt Hill Scale Models update on my Tamiya Toyota Model AB Phaeton in 1/35 scale. Building this for the small scale group build, and just show you where I'm up to. And guys, this is a really nice kit. You know, it's got a few seam lines which are easily to remove. It's got no flash. The fitter parts is just perfect. There's been hardly any filler. A couple of things you have to be careful of. A few parts are very fine and delicate and easy to break. And a few injector simp marks on the on the underside of the body, which really doesn't make a lot of difference, but I've decided to remove them. 2 injector pin marks on some parts that are in the actual interior, which was a little bit disappointing there, but they're easy fix with a bit of filler. But yeah, it's a really nice kit, and look, this is only a few days on and off at the bench to build it, to get it to here. And I wanted to show you what I've been up to, but it's just a beautiful little kit, guys, of an unusual subject. So just to let you know what I've been doing, the injector pin marks in the exhaust system here, just move these out of the way. There's 2 injector pin marks there, bit of Tamiya putty, and it's done. There's one there and one there, and I hollowed the exhaust out at the back to give that a bit of detail. So I'm going to give that a rusty, worn metal, burnt metal look and fit that up. The chassis is really nice. No twist or anything in it. These little parts here, these like shockies or part of a torsion bar type suspension. Well, it's not torsion bar suspension, but I don't know what these are supposed to replicate. These are very easily damaged. There's a set on the front, but these taller ones on the rear. The reason I haven't fitted the rear diff yet to this is I've got to run the exhaust system underneath it. It won't go under there when the rear diff is in. So I've got to get that painted up, and the exhaust painted up, and just going to do this black as the instruction says. On this part of the bodywork, this is where most of the injection pin marks were. You can see where I've had glue on here to replicate some tar. I removed them as best I can. Then I stippled some Humbrol liquid poly, this stuff here, which is very good glue. It'd be even better if it came with a finer brush, but I'll be using an old Tamiya brush on that, but it's very good glue. But remove these the best I could. These were pretty pronounced sinky inner sink mark injector pin marks. Scraped them out, filled them up best I could, and then I've gone through, sanded them out, and then added some to help remove some of the scratch marks and sanding marks in there, which I really found hard to do. I put that Humbrol liquid in there, and then stippled it in to look like some sort of underbody tarring. And once that's painted up, I don't think you will notice it too badly. There is 2 injector pin marks. You can probably see them here in the guards. I haven't bothered repairing those. All those, they'll be covered over by the chassis. These I will cover over with a little bit of weathering, bit of dust and bit of dirt on top of the wheel arches. And once it's built, I mean, like, unless you're going to build a competition model, you'd never pick it over and turn it over to just see it, if that makes any sense. The body is one piece. Beautiful crisp moulding. Is a fantastic little body. And everything's moulded, the doors don't open. The interior detail is actually moulded into the inside of the bodywork, but it's really nice. And the doors and everything don't I don't want them opened anyway. The way I want to display this. The big bench and rear seats are beautifully moulded. I've just scuffed these up a little bit with my sanding stick, my white sanding stick there, my new one, the last of my new ones. Because when I paint it, I'm going to use some Vallejo German camouflage brown black, German camouflage black, which is like a old brownie looking colour. And just wanted to show it like it's a little bit worn. And when everything goes together, it's quite funny. The rear half of the bodywork is moulded into the chassis, and when everything goes together on this chassis, it just fits perfectly. So it's a beautiful little kit. And I'm so looking forward to getting this done. I can't say it enough. You really do appreciate when things are done nicely, don't you? The spare wheels glued together. These are fantastic. The tyres. I'm going to paint those up as well. There were some ejector pin marks in the back seat, of the back of the front seat. You'll see the little grey dots there. They were easily filled with a bit of Tamiya grey. And then in here, this little handrail through here will go into these holes here and here. I'll get that finished up like a little grab rail. There's some little sets of dicky seats, and I thought the dicky seats were actually in the back of the motor vehicle, like through here. But they actually are in behind the front seat, and they they fold down to the floor. They fold away, they sit in there like that. You could probably see there each seat has got injector pin sinkies, which are easy filled up. I've had mine in the stowed away position, the seats. Interesting option how they sort of fold up and make an extra seat, but I've just decided to do it that way. I'll just put him back on my little stand ready to put some paint on. The dash comes with some really, really nice decals, but some instrument faces and a really clear painting guide in the Tamiya instructions. The engine is only half. You only see the bottom half of the motor. In the colour callouts, it says to use black, the same as the underbody and everything. I might go like a dark grey metallic colour to give it that sort of steel effect, just to break up the contrast underneath the engine. And then we've got the rear folded down top. This was probably one of the, and it's not that bad, but this was probably the worst fitting part. It's moulded in 4 pieces. You've got the side pieces here with the bracketry in them, the top half, and then a little bottom half scuffer plate down there. There were some gaps through here where the sides join in. I first glued them all together, then I used liquid poly Humbrol just to soften the join lines up, and then carefully sanded them out, and then added some Tamiya grey thinner, sanded that out again, and I think it'll come up all right. I'll be painting that in a buff colour, and put some washes over it or something to try to make it look like a tarp, like a rag top. Because I originally had all intentions of doing this up like a Hirohito hot rod. I was going to put the gloss paint job on it and do the chrome trim on the bumper bars and the window frame and all that sort of thing. I've now changed my mind, because when I was looking through, what I wanted to do originally was have this displayed with a Tamiya 1/35 scale Japanese tank from the Second World War. I think it's a Chiha. And so I'm going to build it the military version, which was all over khaki. And then that will sort of help me out with, 1, the speed of the build, of course, because I'm running out of time, and 2, I don't have to try to get that nice chrome effect on the grille, the bump bar, the headlight bezels and a few things. So I'm going to go the overall of drab with some slight bit of weathering. I've also started to modify the driver while I've been waiting for glue to start. I've turned his head. I've modified an arm. He's going to be giving everyone a gesture as he's driving down the road in his little Hirito hot rod. And so I'll work on that figure, while I'm waiting for things to dry. I'm not a figure guy. I'm absolutely hopeless at painting figures, but I'll slap some paint on him and make it look like it's a good... I had a go at it at least. So then it came down to working out a khaki colour. Now, yeah, I could have gone the mixture suggested on the box, on the side of the Tamiya box. I have to have Le Coffee. Hang on. Damn, it's cold since I've been rambling on. Anyway, I did remember when I bought that Tamiya I bought a paint set a few months later, saved up a bit of money, and I bought this paint set, which is the MIG Smart Set, the World War II Japanese early colours, a MIG 7137. And in here is MiG 071 khaki. Khaki. Sounds Japanese for khaki. So I'll be using that brown here. There it is there. Just a quick note on this. You can see I've messed it up a little bit. These are sat around for a long time on display on their sides. Must have been in the shelf where I bought them from, and then I've laid them down flat. Just a bit of a hint, from now on I will be standing them upright because it had the pigments. I had to actually pull the top off it and then pull it apart and then actually get a thin icy pole stick and mix everything up. It had bound up that bad in pigments, but now it's a bit more of a shaking and I'll get it done. But that's coming up 12 minutes, 14 seconds. I'm speaking real fast now like Jim Jordan from Ohio. That will be my second video. Stay tuned for the third. Running out of time. Be safe, model hard, a little bit of effort. You can get a good result from an old model kit. P.S. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're legends.